Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm, LLC, offers more value than any other good full-service real estate brokerage firm when it comes to the sale of your home. We offer at least 27 things that contribute to your home selling in the least amount of time at the highest price. To receive our free home selling pamphlet, email us at info@brooksanddavis.com or call 713-665-8329. We also assist people who want to purchase homes or who are interested in getting their real estate license. Visit us at www.brooksanddavis.com.
Are you an inspiring entrepreneur? Or maybe you're an entrepreneur looking to take your business to the next level. My name is Larry W. Brooks, and I am the author of Empowering Quotes for the Entrepreneur in You and The Entrepreneur Code. In these two books, I guarantee you there's success secrets that will take your business to the next level. I personally invite you to visit LarryWBrooks.com. Go under the books link and purchase your signed personal copy from myself. You have a great day and have an awesome 2020.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the Prime Real Estate Network podcast. I'm your host, Rick Davis. If you don't follow me on Instagram, I urge you to do so at Prime Real Estate Rick. If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in residential or commercial real estate anywhere in the great state of Texas, but especially here in our lovely city of Houston, please reach out to me directly on Instagram at Prime Real Estate Rick. As always, it's an honor and a pleasure to be here with you this Thursday, just like it is every Thursday here in the noon hour. Live from the Sphere Podcast Studios as always. My co-host holding it down with me again for, what is this, Larry, episode 167?
Man,
for 167 Thursdays in a row. He's a foremost real estate broker, multi-time author, serial entrepreneur, known the world over as Mr. Pure Hustle. The Texas Real Estate King again sitting up with us. I want to thank him. Mr. Larry W. Brooks, what's going on, brother?
Hey, man, it's always a pleasure to be here, Rick. I love what we got going on with the new studio. For those of y'all that might not have paid notice, we done kind of switched seats today on them.
Oh no, we coming in heavy. We got both barrels loaded, man. Today's episode is our home buyer's guide for the year 2022. So I want everyone, if you're in the market for a new home, if you're considering relocating to the city of Houston, this is the episode that is for you. Today's real estate professionals are going to give us the most up-to-date information as far as new home construction, residential resale construction, commercial real estate. So this is the foremost opportunity in 2022 to not only get some of the questions that you might have had on your mind answered, but to also interact with the show. So we always ask, go to the Prime Real Estate Network YouTube channel, subscribe, like, and share, because like Larry always says, that helps us in the algorithm, right, brother?
It helps, we want to be a part of the algorithm. We want to get this out. We want to get this information out. We want our guests, the information, the gems that they share. We want people to be able to find them, support their businesses, and we want to be able to pour into the people that are taking a look at the show. So that's why we bring these experts in to give great things. You know, matter of fact, real quick as we plug that, I just want to say this: here in Texas, we've started our pre-elections, and so a good friend of mine, Lorenzo Williams, is running for a judge. So if you're in Harris County and you haven't taken an opportunity to vote, again, his name is Lorenzo Williams. He's running for Court 3 judge. An amazing guy, childhood friend, man, and most definitely needed for that seat. So if you're voting in Harris County, please feel free to vote for, again, Lorenzo Williams.
And so, big shout out to Lorenzo, man. Lorenzo is definitely a friend of the show. We definitely support him, man, and we wish him the best of luck.
Yes, indeed.
This is the part of the show where you always take a little time, share with our audience to let them know what goes on behind the curtain. So if you wouldn't mind, share with our audience a little bit about what links the Texas Real Estate King had to go to have our three guests appear with us this week.
Right. So, the thing is that the teamwork, this is a vision that we put in play, I want to say almost 6 to 8 months ago when we first mentioned it. Now, the one of the guests I've known for 15 years, I feel like, and since she was, newborn, we young.
I'm 21.
So, so I've been knowing her for many, many years, and then had an opportunity at a real estate event. Actually, even before then, one that was actually appeared when we had another guest on the show. And so then I had an opportunity to put the mindset of all of them together at a previous event, a networking event. You know how I feel about networking events. So, just excited to have gotten them here, got them on the show, and I'm looking forward to everything that they're going to share with us today.
The great thing about being in real estate and being an entrepreneur is the atmosphere of collaboration and teamwork.
Yes, indeed.
That you can get in real estate, especially when you're around like-minded people that are of similar motivation. And I think that's what our audience will be able to gain from our guests this week.
I agree.
These ladies have not only let their powers combine to not only educate, inspire, and mentor the real estate community in Houston at large, but they do a great job of inspiring and uplifting each other and setting a great example for the real estate community at large. So I would like to introduce 3 members of the Ebony 12. Sitting in with us this week is Ms. Dani Ventura, Miss Yolanda R. Williams, and Miss Denise Hadnott. How you doing, ladies?
Good. We're excited to be here.
I know your intro was a little lengthy, but you ladies are mad important.
But it was on point. That was on point.
Thank you. I wanted to make sure no one in the audience undervalued or undersold the type of energy, expertise, and talent we have sitting in with us this week. So if you wouldn't mind starting with you, Miss Dani, could you please introduce yourself to our audience and also share with them your real estate specialty?
Awesome. Yes. Thank you guys for having us first and foremost. Hello, everyone. Love you, Houston, Texas. It's me, Dani Ventura. I represent Legacy Homes and Property, but as he said today, we are uplifting each other, and our collaboration is Ebony 12, representing the RMG Collective. My expertise and my niche here in Houston, Texas is new home construction. So consider me your new home expert.
Absolutely. I love that. And Ms. Williams, you next.
Hello, Houston, Texas. My name is Yolanda R. Williams, and I'm just excited to be here. Let's just say that. It's been a long time coming, but I love being here. My expertise is working with developers and building new homes. So if you guys want to, get out there, buy you some land, develop, get a new home built, then I'm your girl. Reach out to me at hello and welcome home.
And finally, Ms. Denise.
I am Denise Hadnott, and first off, I'm excited to be here with my Ebony 12 sisters. Every time we get together, it's I don't know. It is. But my specialty is commercial real estate, commercial investing. That's my specialty. I am the managing director for L Real Estate Group, which is a part of eXp Realty.
Absolutely. Wow. So I mentioned in your intro that one of the things Larry and I have always been impressed upon with your group is that spirit of collaboration.
Yes, indeed.
So this question is for whoever feels the most comfortable answering it. But could you please share with the audience a little bit about the Ebony 12 and what brought all of you like-minded professionals together?
And we know we don't have all 12 here today, but we're just saying.
I wish we had enough space for all 12, but that's a different show for a different day.
Next time. Okay. So Ebony 12. So there's a mastermind behind the Ebony 12. His name is E.O. Crane. He works with BRP as title. So with his vision was to bring realtors and brokers that are heavy hitters in the Houston area together to collaborate for a bigger purpose. So we are a collective, but we also still have our individual agendas. So we do fundraisers. We have civil civil duties for the community, like voter registration, community services. Exactly. So those things that we can do as a collective make it more powerful and have a bigger impact on the community than we could as individuals.
And now this is a question because Larry and I, of course, we both are very familiar with Mr. E.L. Crane.
Oh yeah.
Alumni. He's an alumni as well.
Right. Definitely. Prime Real Estate Network alumni. Big shout out to E.L. He's a huge personality. Great salesperson, but one of the things I think is one of his strengths is how he's able to get people who may seemingly have different agendas, but then show everyone how we all have a similar purpose and can bring everyone together. So my question for you is this, Ms. Denise, because you're such a go-getter as an entrepreneur, what was it about the Ebony 12 from an inspirational standpoint that allowed you to step aside from yourself and invest more into a group of other people? Because sometimes in real estate it can be highly competitive.
Yeah, it can. And you know what? That's a good question, because for me personally, I'm so used to being a Lone Ranger, doing things my way. So with the group, one of the things that I love about the Ebony 12 is I feel like each female brings something to the table. Everybody is so inspiring to work with, you know, this group, because we celebrate each other. You know, so if somebody has, you know, 10 closings this month, or they have new listings, we celebrate each other. We respect each other. So we listen to, you know, what everybody's, you know, opinion is of whatever we're doing. And it's been a blast. I mean, I didn't think I would be able to collaborate with this many women,
right?
You know, to do something like this. Yeah, it is. It's a lot, and it's a lot of personalities. You know, it's a lot of opinions.
Absolutely.
But we tend to do a good job of, you know, working together and move forward with it.
True. Absolutely.
And I got to ask you, Miss Yolanda, what is it that you're able to, as far as tidbits, some ideas, are you able to pull from the group? What benefits do Miss Yolanda R. Williams get from being a member of the Ebony 12?
Well, let me tell you, it has been a blast. And I come from a big family, it's 5 of us. It's 4 girls and 1 boy. So I'm used to, I am used to dealing with females. These females are different. They're very business minded, and each of them brings something unique to the real estate market. If I need help on a commercial deal, I don't do much commercial, but if I do have that client, I know I can lean on Denise. New home, you know, I can lean on Dani. I can vent, you know, to them, and they can share some information that will actually help me and help my clients. It's a saying that say, if you want to go fast, you go alone. But if you want to go far, you go with others.
Right.
So it's definitely a power in collaboration, and it has been a tremendous blessing.
This is the part of the show, Ms. Williams, where we invite everyone in the audience to take some time to see that gem you just dropped, pick it up, and put it in the
Okay.
So it's really great, and I thank you so much for being so transparent, because I know sometimes, especially in business, once you have those trade secrets, those things that work for you, you tend to not try to share those.
Absolutely.
But as far as real estate in general, and one of the things that I wanted to do with this episode, especially having you talented ladies here with us, is to give the viewers an insight as far as what they can look forward to in 2012 from a real estate perspective in Houston. So starting with you, Ms. Dani, what are you envisioning in the new home sector in 2022, for those in the market for a new home?
Well, there is some great things happening in the Houston market. We have a ton of new communities coming about, Northeast, West, all over Houston. So you'll be inspired by the new home construction, the technology that's being put into the homes now. And also, you know, don't be afraid of the sticker price, but be aware of that, because that's something also you have to expect, that home prices have skyrocketed through the roof. But you still have time to plan for that, to save for that, and to strategically move so that you can still get into your dream home.
And you know, it's so important, because I've met with clients recently, I'm sure we all have, and their idea of what their first home should cost is substantially different from what they're seeing in the market in real time.
Right.
Absolutely.
And I want to ask you this, Ms. Yolanda, because you work on the development side.
Yes.
One of the things that is your strength is that you're able to help buyers find a home site and able to build on their home site to their specifications. So in this year of 2022, what is it that you're seeing that may assist people that are in that market of real estate when they going out into and trying to get something built?
Well, for me right now, I am focusing on working with developers, because how this market has transitioned, you know, the low inventory, it was getting a little frustrating. So for me, when I do see that, well, not for me, for the clients. So when I see that, I try to come up with different ways where they still can obtain their goal. And so I connected with some developers, and in doing that, you know, they are amazing developers, really, really great floor plans, very good quality. So what we will do is we will find the land, and then they will build it. And a lot of times, in some cases, not in most cases, but in some cases, it is actually cheaper than, you know, just going in and you know, with the new homes.
I'm so glad that you mentioned that, because I think there are several opportunities, especially from that standpoint, that people don't know about, thus can't take advantage of.
Yes.
And I also believe one of those opportunities that people are very rarely able to take advantage of are in the commercial sector. For whatever reason, I know in our community, there are a lot less commercial realtors than there are residential. And then, of course, Larry and I have both had the pleasure of interviewing other minority female commercial realtors. And one of the things that those ladies talked about is how very few of similar type faces they see when moving around in commercial real estate. So, Ms. Denise, from your standpoint, those that are in the market for commercial real estate, what is it that you see coming up this year for them in 2022?
Well, the first thing I would say is there is inventory. I know a lot of people think there's not a lot of commercial inventory, but there is inventory. Prices are still, they're still about the same that they were last year. The prices haven't skyrocketed as far as commercial real estate. But one thing I would say to people, which I tell my clients, is when you know that you are going to want a commercial space or a commercial building, or even with residential, be prepared. You know, have your finances in order. You know, go ahead and sit down and realistically understand what you're getting ready to get into. Because a lot of times when people get a commercial lease, especially, they think, okay, well, I can get the lease, and if the business isn't working out, I can just get out of it. No, you can't.
That's not how it works. No,
you can't. And especially like if you get like a 3 to 5 year lease, and a lot of people don't want to do 3 to 5 year leases. They want to do a 1 year lease. But my thing is, if you're serious about your business and you're putting money into it, go ahead and invest. Do
Especially
a 3 to 5 year
space,
lease.
yeah.
Exactly.
And that's really what you should build out to. You should want to be 3 to 5 years just to make sure you got your flow, you got your feet up under and stuff like that.
And making a
does not
footprint.
work in commission.
Exactly.
Wow.
No, and it's funny, and this is something that Larry and I talk about a lot, is that as far as residential buyers, there's a lot of information out there as far as the steps they need to take before they reach out to a realtor. I think now most of the time you do a little bit of research. Most residential buyers know you need to be pre-qualified before you go see properties. You don't nearly see as much education from a commercial space.
No.
So, Ms. Denise, so for our audience that may not have had the luxury of working with you and are uneducated as far as how to get themselves prepared before they reach out to Ms. Denise Hadnott, what advice would you give them as far as preparation before they go out into that commercial real estate sphere?
What I would tell them is, actually, on my site, lcommercial.com, I have...
Representative, show that off.
I have information on there to give you a glossary of the terms in commercial real estate, and then I break down the different areas in commercial real estate as far as, you know, if it's a retail, if it's office or land or whatever it is that they're looking for. I would say sit down and do a consultation and make sure that you and the realtor that you're working with have a clear understanding of what it is that you're looking to do. Okay. Because a lot of times people think they can just start looking at spaces, but they don't realize the landlords of these owners, they want to know about that business. Absolutely. They want to know, is this their first business? And if it is, we need to see financials, and you may have to be a guarantor. And a lot of people, they're like, you know, I don't want to do that. Well, you may have to. So I always just tell people, just be prepared, have your finances in order. That's like a big thing for me. Have your finances in order.
And I'll add to that, because it's a myth that I want to get rid of. I think the first thing you want to do, even before you speak to your mortgage person, speak to your realtor first. Allow your realtor to help you facilitate the right mortgage company that can actually work for you. So go to your realtor first, right?
Exactly. Because you don't know what you don't know.
You
have to go to that expert, that person who, you know, is very knowledgeable about what you're trying to do.
That's right.
A lot of times, you know, people talk themselves out of it because they overthink and they don't even know the process.
Yes.
Learn the process. Yes, it's the
so
fear.
realtors come first in this process, and we'll help you delegate the rest of the responsibilities. Right?
Because we can answer most of the questions.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and a lot of times people feel like they can only go to one lender. Well, there's different lenders who do different things. So they may be talking to the wrong lender who tells them no, but they don't realize they have other options.
Facts.
Absolutely.
There we go. All right.
See, this is everyone in the audience. Even though they should have already been checking us out, go talk to neighbors, share, text, email, and let them know today's episode is for them. Yes. I want to thank all three of you ladies because you've been so candid and so transparent as far as strategy, motivation. When we come back from our break, I want to hear a little bit from each of you three about what your life was like before real estate and what it is that you did professionally before you decided to embark upon entrepreneurship as a profession.
Okay. All right,
Thank you so much. I want to thank everyone for tuning into the Prime Real Estate Network podcast. We're going to take a short break to hear from our sponsors, but we'll be right back.
I'm serial entrepreneur Larry W. Brooks, and I'd like to personally invite you to take a closer look at the Pure Hustle clothing brand, along with several books that I've authored to take entrepreneurs, small business owners to the next level of their business. So please take a look at shoplwb.com. How do you survive?
3 years ago, I set out on a mission to create the blueprint for how we could go into our own neighborhoods, buy blocks, renovate them, and combat the negative effects of gentrification. Today, that vision is reality. Our project is located in the heart of the historic Lyons Avenue Business District in 5th Ward of Houston. Lyons Avenue was once a thriving black business district with businesses and commerce. However, after desegregation, that all changed. Now, we are recreating that legacy. These buildings are 100 years old. We just gave them a new life. This house was built in 1925 and was vacant for years. It's now a podcast studio and is rented out as an event space for everything from engagement parties to TV commercials, music videos. City Council even had meetings here. We've had birthday parties. We've had baby showers, and the $5,000 to $10,000 a month generated in this building.
At Brooks & Davis Real Estate Firm, we pride ourselves every month in having tons of events. So take a look at this calendar. If you see something you want to be a part of, you see an opportunity to come out and network with realtors, partners, and affiliates of Brooks & Davis Real Estate Firm, we cordially invite you, and I'll see you at these events.
Welcome back to the Prime Real Estate Network podcast. Where have you been? But I'm glad you made it back. I'm your host, Rick Davis. If you don't follow me on Instagram, you can follow me at Prime Real Estate Rick. My co-host, Mr. Pure Hustle himself on Instagram is the Texas Real Estate King, Mr. Larry W. Brooks.
Gangsta Realtor.
What's going on, man? Yo, man. How you love the episode so far, man?
Man,
What's been going on?
It's fire, man. But you know what? I love these ladies individually as well. So they're doing amazing things. I'm proud of them. I follow them. I stalk them. So just continue to share their information. You know, it's crazy because in our industry, everyone always feel like you got to compete, and you just don't. There's enough out there for all of us to pour into people and be financially free. So it's dope.
Hey, without any further ado, I want to introduce 3 members of the Ebony 12. Sitting in with us this week on the Prime Real Estate Network is Miss Denise Hadnott, Miss Yolanda R. Williams, and Miss Dani Ventura. Thank you, ladies, for sitting in with us.
Thank you for having us.
Now, we're going to boo everybody who missed your first segment. Y'all should have been here the whole time. But I want to thank each of you 3 ladies because the tidbits in the game that y'all was just giving out to the audience in the first is just totally invaluable. But, and this is something that me and Larry like to talk about off the clock, and I want to ask you this question on camera, which may not all the way be fair, but whatever. How often do each of you ladies, when you're mentoring other young professionals, wish that you could give them some insight into what you had to do and what you had to evolve into to become the entrepreneur and businesswoman? Because a lot of times, and you ladies let me know if you agree or not, but I think sometimes that transitional and that evolutionary process can be undervalued and undermentioned. Mm-hmm. So for each of you 3 ladies, and starting with you, Miss Dani, what was your life before real estate and entrepreneurship?
How far back you want me to go?
As candid as you feel like being.
Okay, so yeah, in my former life, I was an expatriate, impatriate tax preparer. Okay, I was an accountant.
Okay. Wow.
Yes, yeah. I was. And then I had 4 babies, y'all. So I was a stay-at-home mom right before I got into real estate. And it was my brother who's been in real estate in Dallas. Hey, Moan. He's in the DFW area, and he's been in it for a while now. Yeah. So I would be at home watching HGTV, you know, while the kids are at school or what have you. But we had a serious conversation about what can we do as parents versus what our parents did. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So we decided we were going to be the ones to break the generational curses and create generational wealth. Yes. And it was like, how can we do that? Yeah. And it's sales and real estate.
Absolutely.
So I sat for my test. I fast-tracked that test. I was done, I think, in like 3 weeks. Yeah. And I got my license, and I signed up with Legacy Homes and Properties, and it's been skyrocketing ever since.
And once again, I want to give a big shout out to your brother, because you'll be surprised how many of the most successful entrepreneurs have a family member that served as a guide. So big shout out to you, bro. Keep doing your thing. Ms. Williams.
Yes. Okay. So before real estate, I was in community marketing at NRG Energy. That's before I left. And then I started a tax office. And my ideology was get into something that people need. Yeah. People need a roof over their head. So whether it's apartments, whether it's leasing, whether it's, buying a house, to service them.
Right.
And so, I got into real estate because I wanted to continue to serve the people, and I knew it is something that we will need. That and taxes.
No doubt
That's
about
something you can't get away from. God and taxes.
And Ms. Denise, what was your life like before real estate and before you started rocking really cool hats on our podcast? What was going on with you before that?
So before real estate, I was doing healthcare staffing for physical, occupational, and speech therapists around the country. That's what I was doing. And my ex told me about what he thought was an investment seminar. And we went to, it was Champions Real Estate. We went to Champions Real Estate. He thought it was an investment seminar, but it was actually they used to do the Tuesday nights telling you about careers in real estate.
Really? No. Okay.
So
get back to it, Champions.
Get back on grind, baby.
So when I went there that evening, I'm sitting there and he's like, it's time to go because they're not talking about, investing in real estate. And I was like, I'm not leaving. Because it was like love at first sight for me because I didn't know anything about real estate. And I heard it and I was just like, I can do that. I can do it. So I signed up for classes that weekend and I got my license, quit my job, and it's been on ever since.
Wow. That's what's up.
No, because, each of you ladies' stories is inspiring a member of our audience. You will never understand, and this is something that I hold really close because I have a daughter at home that watch every episode because it's her daddy on here. And one of the cool things about our podcast that she likes is that she sees so many intelligent, talented women on our show on almost a weekly basis. So I don't want you ladies to undervalue or not necessarily understand how big your gravity is from that standpoint. Absolutely. Because there's always someone watching in that next generation. So this question is for each of you. Who served as your initial inspiration from that standpoint? Because entrepreneurship can be a path that can be bumpy. It can be full of challenges. And so many are often deterred. So Ms. Dani, she spoke to us about her brother, but for you, Ms. Williams, and for you, Ms. Hadnott, was there a member of your family that you could publicly credit as being kind of like that spark that got your flame going?
That's a good question. Let me think. Let me just say, in my family, we have a lot of amazing people, in my family. And sometimes knowing your history and knowing where you come from will give you that kind of, inspiration. So knowing that, and motivation, knowing that my grandfather was an entrepreneur, my grandmother was an entrepreneur, and I didn't get to see that because I was a lot younger, but I have it in my blood.
Absolutely,
and when I started to ask questions, I started to get inspired. And I'm like, wow, I want to become an entrepreneur. Now, what that was at first, I didn't know, but of course, going on through your journey of life, you kind of figured it out, and so just knowing that my grandfather and my grandmother were entrepreneurs and huge entrepreneurs, that kind of inspired me to keep it going. So I've been 100% entrepreneur in entrepreneurship for about 9 years.
Perfect. Well, congratulations.
Wow. Thank you. It wasn't easy. Let me just say, I have some stories, in the journey, but that's what made me.
And when you hit 10 years, we're gonna celebrate.
Oh, we're gonna celebrate.
You already know.
Absolutely.
And Ms. Denise, same question for you, ma'am.
I would say my mom and my grandmother. They were not entrepreneurs, but they were, to me, they exuded the strength. And because it's a lot of fear that goes into being an entrepreneur, a lot of questioning yourself, a lot of overthinking. And with my mom and my grandmother, they're both, well, my grandmother was and my mom still is, very strong women, and they were very vocal. And so they always taught me that I could do anything. So, and they always felt like, if I wanted to try something, it's going to work. Yeah. So for me, it would be them. They inspired me to really get out there and just keep going.
Wow.
You know, I want to thank you ladies because, like I mentioned before, what Larry and I try to do with this show and this podcast is give our audience some insight into not only what builds a successful entrepreneur, but what it takes to actually thrive in a real estate market as competitive as Houston. Larry, bro, you might have outdone yourself this week. Hey, man. How you feel about today's show, man?
I try to pull up with winners, baby. You know what I'm saying? And I pull out a stock of winners today, you know?
So before we sign off, bro, man, what's going on in the world of the Texas Real Estate King, Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm, man? Where can everybody get in contact?
Texas Real Estate King on IG. Find me there. I post everything there. I post events. Not only that we're hosting at the office, but if there's other firms that are hosting events, I post it there. The 100 Black Man events, Kappa Alpha Psi, anything of any organization I'm a part of, I post that. So I appreciate it.
Appreciate you, no doubt. And as always, I want to invite everyone in the audience, if you are a real estate professional, if you are an aspiring real estate professional, if you're currently in real estate school, and you're looking for a family that will not only mentor, inspire, and educate you as far as real estate is concerned, and do everything in our power to ensure your real estate success, visit our website at brooksanddavis.com. If you want to become an affiliate, we have affiliate link. If you want to schedule a consultation with Mr. Brooks, myself, or Mr. Michael G. Davis, they have information there. As always, me and the Texas Real Estate King are just an email, inbox, or direct message away. So everyone out there, until next Thursday in the 12 o'clock hour, please be safe and be blessed.